Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So I am seeing this video of a man saying that if just a reminder that saying you got what you voted for about folks experiencing extreme loss is not a progressive talk. And I am saying which one is progressive talk and which one is not progressive talk. Because at this point in time, you are getting and experiencing and enjoying what you voted for. Nothing will make me change my mind about saying this. I will say this today, I will say it tomorrow, and I will say it a day after tomorrow. Because at this point in time, you are experiencing what you voted for, right? Because coming out here to gaslight yourself that it's not a progressive talk is BS. What did you vote for? This. Are you experiencing it? Yes. So continue to experience the loss, because you all thought that it was not going to start with you. You all thought that it is your world, that the privilege was going to get you covered, your color was going to get you covered as usual, right? But no, it is not happening that way. Now, enjoy it. And for everybody still looking for a way to blame Kamala Harris that she was not a great candidate, right? That if the democracy had Democrats, had brought another person more qualified than her, that you all would have voted for the person. You all are liars. You know why you are looking for someone that looked like you? Because at some point, you all did not have problem with Joe Biden coming back to run. But as soon as Kamala Harris came out, you all had a problem. Liars. Let's get into this.
We're not doing this. No. No. Absolutely the fuck not. I'm tagging this person so that he gets a chance to see this. But I'm telling you right now, no. Absolutely the fuck not. No, we're going to continue to say you got what you voted for. And do you know why? Because it's high time, long past time, that either motherfuckers that keep thinking that these Republicans care about them get the fucking hint and say no, or they continue to watch this shit happen. No, no, no. You will not guilt me or any motherfucking body else into feeling sorry for motherfuckers who voted for this bullshit. Sorry, not fucking sorry. The time for us being nice about calamities that are done to people who voted for calamities has long fucking passed. Okay? Long past. The very moment a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, and a all-around sleazy son of a bitch got the support of people who ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of over the old guy, as you guys like to call him, or the educated, overly qualified black and Pacific Islander woman. The moment that motherfucker became an option is the moment I stopped giving a fuck. No. 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 We're done. Let me make this clear. We're done. Sympathy is gone. Do I want to be empathetic to these people? Yes. And in some small way, and a deep down in my soul, yes, I hurt for these people. But then I go and see the Trump flags and the Trump bumper stickers and the Trump fucking placard in the middle of the house. What the fuck am I supposed to feel after that? Mind you, these people knew what this motherfucker was going to do. And they voted for him anyway. At this point, it's called personal fucking responsibility. The same thing these people continue to preach to everybody but they goddamn selves. It's personal fucking responsibility. If you knew a motherfucking existential threat could take away the way you live your fucking life, and you vote for that motherfucker anyway, the fuck you want me to do? Why am I required to find my better angels? They didn't. They didn't. They found no better angels at all. So I will not feel bad for them. Donald Trump is proposing cuts, huge cuts in FEMA, and sending the shit back to the states, which are already taxed the fuck to death trying to support a bunch of other shit. And you expect me to feel bad for motherfuckers that heard that shit and said, yeah, give me more of that. Nope. No. No. Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not. If that means there's no solidarity amongst working poor, I'm okay with that. Until certain working poor get the fucking hint. I'm not trying to say these motherfuckers. I'm not. For 10 fucking years, 10, since 2015, I have watched as these people regressed into these motherfuckers that I do not know who the fuck they are. They're just as poor as any other black person, or any other brown person, or any other native and indigenous person, any other Asian person. And what do? They seem to believe they're not. No, your problem isn't with leftists or liberals or progressives that do not have any sympathy for these fucking people. No, your problem is with the rugged individualism myth. That myth that, well, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. All you've got is you. Then go deal with them. Go to them. Stop asking us to find empathy for people that don't have empathy for us. No. Fuck no. I don't feel bad for their ass. I don't. I want to. I desperately want to. But as far as us trying to reach out to them, we've been doing this shit for decades. Decades. It hasn't worked. It has not worked. They still don't fucking get it. Election after election after election after election. They fall for shiny shit. Pickup trucks, Bibles, shotguns, shit kicker boots, a fucking cowboy hat, a wheat field, and some towhead white people. They do it every fucking time. They sit and they gobble up wedge issues. So when you voted against having trans women in women's sports, did you realize that your fucking house could be blown away? When you voted against Juneteenth, did you realize that FEMA might not be there when your fucking house is underwater? Did you? So why the fuck do you expect me to find some fucking sympathy or empathy for any of them? Why? You vote on a wedge issue and your real life gets fucked up. So no. No. When it comes to these fucking people, I'm not saying all of them because I know all of them didn't vote like that. But the ones that did, the ones that are still flying Trump flags out in front of their fucking house, the ones that still got Trump stickers all over their goddamn pickup truck, the ones that got their Second Amendment but ain't got no goddamn house to put the Second Amendment in, when it comes to them, my heart is colder than an iceberg. You voted for this. You got exactly what you voted for. I do not feel bad saying that. They should feel bad for doing it.
I had someone on one of my videos yesterday say, "How are you staying so calm? It's absolute mayhem out here." The reason I stay calm is because of that. Because so many people here have lost perspective. This is not mayhem. Gaza is mayhem. The Congo is mayhem. There's lots of places in the world that it is actual mayhem. We are having uncomfortable things happening. We're having some scary stuff happen. It's not mayhem. I don't know if you have to go visit over there to see what mayhem is to get perspective, but this is not mayhem. And I have some people say, well, yeah, not to you. You're some white lady. Some white lady who's dealing with immigration this week. See my gold source? I'm still going to be calm about it. I have all kinds of things in my family happening I could absolutely freak the F out about, but I'm not going to. Because when I was letting my rage rule me, who ended up on anxiety meds? My mother, who I take care of. Because she was having to listen to my rants. Every time I saw breaking news, I had a 2-hour meltdown. Screaming, yelling, wanted to punch something, wanted to hurt people, wanted to unalive everybody on the right, like I was going bonkers. It was ruining my health. It was ruining my relationships. And I know a lot of that's happening with you guys, but I'm seeing that you're shifting away from that, saying, that doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. It's effing all of us up. It's effing everything up. And the other thing that it's doing is making us not be active where we could be active, because rage and worry make you feel like you've done something, like you're in action, like you're being proactive. And so it's hard for us to let go of it. And plus it makes us feel safe, but really we just get addicted to it, and it actually hurts us and it hurts the people around us. So I'm really happy to see the shift among you guys where you're saying, okay, calm and courage are where it's at. Like Kamala said, fear is contagious, but so is courage. So I'm not going to give in to that anymore. I'm not going to flip out. It doesn't help anybody. Calm and being present and being logical is what is going to help us, is what's going to help us fortify our side and do the things that we need to do. And you know, I know Trump's doing scary things, and it looks like he's really winning, but he really has not a great grasp on this. And that's why he's acting erratic like he is. Like if he was winning so much, why is he just lashing out about the tariffs? He's lashing about the tariffs because he knows that budget is crap for the right. So he has to act like he's still doing something to help them by threatening Apple, by threatening the EU. It doesn't help anybody. I saw somebody day before yesterday that voted Trump, and he said, you know, I voted for him thinking this was going to help my finances, and nothing's changing. Like, what the heck? And I did a duet with him about that, and then he ended up saying, like, look, we've got to get rid of these billionaires and trillionaires. Like, this is a mess, and there's corruption on both sides, and I completely agreed with him. And then what happened? The people full of rage on the left chased him off of here. That has to stop, because we actually need that side to help us. Why? Because if it comes down to needing our schmeppens that we have been armed with, it cannot be a horizontal fight. It has to be vertical. Everything has to be pointed up, including our votes. Are we going to get to vote in 2026? I absolutely believe so. I know some creators on here are fear-mongering about that, but part of why I think that we're going to vote is, one, he threatens everybody to primary them. And I know there's blackmail in there too, right? So he's trying to scare them into doing things like this bill, which they know is terrible for everybody. It is a hideously unpopular bill. I know that because I ended up on MAGA FYP yesterday, and oh boy, do they not like it. And it's great because it isn't coming out of our mouths. It's coming out of the bill they're reading, and they're pissed. They're saying, this is bait and switch. He lied. We're getting screwed. Both sides suck. This is a nightmare. Yada, yada, yada. That is great. And that is why we need to unify. If you're attacking them right now, you're coming from rage and you're screwing the left. Stop it. You engage them. You say, fantastic, you're seeing what we're seeing. There's corruption on both sides. We need to work together to stop this. Okay, so back to getting to vote in 2026. He's threatening people, but also he put that stuff in there about, in the bill, you know, budget bill, about protecting him from the judges. If he is kicking ass, why is he trying to save himself from judges and the court system? Because he's getting his ass kicked in courts. Now, it's taking longer than we want, but it is happening. And that scares him, and it is a problem for him. Now, if he was sure we weren't going to vote in 2026, he wouldn't put that in there. He wouldn't even be listening to the Supreme Court. He'd be going hog wild. He'd be doing whatever the F he wants, and he's actually not. He's not. So I really think the voting is going to happen. So we need people on the right to vote with us. And that's not going to happen by you sticking with your rage and attacking them. You need to join together, and only my advice is to point out, why does BlackRock need so much money and power? Why do these mega corporations need so much? Why is he protecting them? Can't you see he's protecting them? Because a lot of them can. They're saying they look at that bill and they're going, everybody at the top's getting protected and the small guy's getting screwed. Again, you'll say, well, we told them that. They can't hear that and they can't see that because they see completely different news, completely different algorithm. So you've got to give them some grace because they have to wake up from that. But this bill is going to help them do that. And a lot of them have started to wake up since he came into power from the first day, because that's what happens with cults. When they get in full power, they start to wake up. And I know this because I've seen it in my own life. I have hundreds of messages from you guys that you're seeing that. And I also get contacted from Trump supporters and MAGA that are waking up or leaving and want advice or asking me questions. So I know it's happening. I also study cults, teach about them, so I know what it looks like. And when they're getting on here and they're talking about their concerns, that is so huge for a cult because they never ever talk about their leader in a negative light. Before the inauguration, you never heard criticisms of Trump, ever, ever. No matter what he did, there was an excuse. And yes, that still happens, but not nearly as much. So we have a huge opportunity here. So that's part of why I'm calm, is because I see the right eroding. And I see a lot of you saying, okay, we need calm, we need community, even with the people on the right. This erratic, rage freak out is hurting us. It's hurting our families and it's shutting us down. All of our focus needs to be being great with the right where you can. Only focus on the mega corporations and how both sides have corruption, because it does. And that is how we got here. Fascism does not arise in a vacuum. In Germany, when fascism arose, the left could not get their shit together. They kept fighting. It was like for 12 years. And so fascism's like, well, cool, if you guys are going to be over there fighting, I'm just going to take over. Thanks. Now, fascism can't completely take over here. Why? Because we are a highly weaponized country. And that's another reason why he hasn't gone full hog, is because he knows we can stop them. The whole administration knows that. And it's up to us to fully recognize that and be in partnership with the right so that we actually won't have to do it. So we can say, hey, all of us are done with you guys on both sides. Get your shit together and be for the people, or you're going to go out one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we on the left have to recognize that we've done damage too. We have put our trust in leaders that have set us up for failure, that are essentially working for the right, but just painting it with, but I love human rights and I'm here for human rights. That's a cover. That's a cover. So logic and calm will help us put in the better leaders over here. It'll help us fortify the left so that we can be a stable place when the right says, what do? They actually will trust us. But attacking people on here who are brave enough to call out Donald Trump is the wrong strategy. And I hope I don't see any more of it. And if you guys see it, stop it. You defend that person. I don't care how weird it feels. It's a strategy. And that's where we have to be. Logic and calm give you strategy. And that's what we need to have happening right now. Rage will ruin us. It feels good in the moment, but it's going to ruin your health. It's going to ruin your body, and it's going to ruin people around you. We have to stick together. And we do that through calm, and we do it through community and through connecting to people in the right in the ways that we can, saying, yeah, we're getting screwed on both sides. We both have to do something about this. And that is how we start to move forward together. And right now we have that opportunity, so let's take it.
Has anyone else noticed how the tension in this country seems to be escalating? The racial tension seems to be increasing the closer we get to this big, beautiful bill becoming a law. I want to make sure people take stock in that, okay? I want to make sure people pay attention to what is happening right in front of our faces. As Republicans, as the wealthy class get closer and closer to getting a bill passed that guts every resource for the working class citizen, it is no surprise that we see all of these scary incidents taking place right in front of us, specifically with law enforcement. Police officers being given immunity. The DOJ saying they will not look into any civil rights cases when it comes to law enforcement across the country. These things are not happening by accident. I am not a conspiracy theorist. I just look at patterns of behavior. As we watch the wealthy class engage in what will be the second largest upward transfer of wealth and resources into their pockets, taking away more things from the working class, taking away Medicaid, SNAP, taking away things people need to survive, it should not surprise you that the uptick in racial tension is happening at the same time, because the goal is to ultimately piss people off so much and, as usual, make them look at minorities, disabled people, trans people, make their voters look at people who don't look like them as the problem so they can take money right from out of their pocket. It's the same playbook. They don't change their methods. All they do is switch up a few names. They rebrand a few things. They bring up different talking points at certain times, but they never change their game. If you are still sitting at home thinking that there is going to be some sort of um, some sort of windfall coming your way, if you voted for this man and you think that at some point he is going to have your back and it's all going to work out in the end, we just need to.
This is all I got from this video. And you know what I can say? Let her just shut up. Because why is it that these people do not see anything wrong or anything bad going on with this administration? See, now this is beyond supporting Kamala Harris or supporting this Mr. Orange Man. This is we or human beings seeing the right thing and saying this is right and this is wrong. At this point, it got nothing to do with Kamala Harris because she is no longer inside or on side or anything. I mean, she's off it, right? So I am going to ask her, what policy did Donald Trump give, right, that made him qualified? And what is he doing at this point in time that also made him very qualified to be in that position? I need to know. And why is it that a woman with a whole long history of qualifications and also has done a lot too. She is not just a novice or someone probably from nowhere that wants to run. She has also been in the system, right? So I am asking, what made the Orange Man very qualified and made this one less qualified? Because she was like, if you people had brought someone better, someone with good qualifications, or someone that knows what she wants, that knows a lot, that she would have voted for the person. So I am asking, what made Kamala Harris unqualified? Now let me tell us something, because these people are so quick to say, you all already know this. I am not just saying it because you don't know it. Now, the truth is that I remember before the election, there were some videos, and I always say this each time I want to give emphasis. White women were specific when they said that they were not going to vote for Kamala Harris. Why did they say that? They said that because if this woman becomes the president, it means Black people will have upper hand, right? Especially Black men, according to them. Black men will now have to be the one leading, especially jobs and the rest of it. And if it becomes that way, it means we will not have a lot to offer, in their own words, right? And our men, our husband, we have to depend on Black men to get something to feed us, they will never let it happen. And she just confirmed it right now, that is a problem. It is also because Black people came all out for Kamala Harris. And it was also because Black people took her as their own. That also became a problem. Because why is she talking about immigration and how Kamala Harris did not do a lot when she was in the office? Now, I am going to ask, how much has J.D. Vance, how much has he done? Sincerely speaking, I rarely hear about J.D. Vance. Why do I rarely? Because he is the vice president, and I personally, because I know a lot about politics, and I know that he cannot actually do a lot as a vice president. So how come that J.D. Vance is not doing a lot as a vice president? How come you all expected Kamala Harris to do more than the president? And how come the blame that is supposed to be apportioned to the president is being apportioned to Kamala Harris, the vice president. Is that not ringing bell in your ear? Is that not telling you something? That it is because the superior, like they call themselves, they say they are the superior. Why are they scared? Why are they scared that power is about to change hands? That alone is something that will sink in, right? And for the person that said that we're always blaming, see, you know what? I will never stop saying that this is what you people voted for. I will say it over. Just a reminder that you are that saying you got what you voted for about folks experiencing extreme loss is not the aggressive talk. See, you all are experiencing what you voted for because you did not vote to get something else. This was what you voted to get. But one thing you did not know is that they thought it was going to start with me and my people. It was supposed to start with my people, I mean to say, right? But now it started with them. And now they are saying it just a reminder. What kind of reminder is that? See, whoever you are, you voted for what you are seeing at this point in time, the losses and the loss and all that. It was because of what you voted for. And so please enjoy it. And I will never stop saying it. This is what you voted for, white people and some other people that voted, Latinos, all of you that voted for this man. This is what you are getting. And I will not stop saying it. Wait, how great is America at this point in time? Because you all said it was Make America Great. My people asked you, what great? Was it ever great before? You all were lying to yourself. Now, you are telling us to stop talking about you all voted for this and you are getting the result of what you voted for. Bye for now.